Hi Hermits, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dara and today I'm going to be sharing all of the short stories collections that are sitting unread on my TBR. Now, some of these are traditional short story collections, some maybe I'm being a bit creative with the term, but let's have a look at the selection that I pulled together. So first of all, we have The Book of Other People. See my dog's wagging tail, by Zadie Smith, edited by Zadie Smith. So this is a series of short stories all written by different authors, which I always think is a little bit of a risk because then your enjoyment very much depends on if you like different people's writing style, whereas if you're reading a short story collection by a single author, if you like their writing style, you're probably going to like the bulk of the stories. And the other thing that has put me off reading this is that the text is teeny tiny. It's so small. But I do want to get to this at some point. This one was a charity shop find and I love the cover. I think it's a really pretty little book. So I do want to read it soon. But this is kind of unknown to me. I don't really know what the theme of this book is. Usually a short story collection will have some kind of cohesive topic or theme or vibe running through it. I'm just unclear about what it is. It doesn't really say on the back. So it's going to be a wild card pick whenever I choose to pick it up and read it. Then we have Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo. So this one is super popular. I feel like everybody's heard it mentioned. The cover is stunning, very, very striking. But this is a short story that really looks at, a short story collection that really looks at Black women in Britain. I've heard endless brilliant things about this book. I've heard so many people rave about it. I honestly not seen one single person not like it, and so I do want to get to it soon. I've actually owned this copy since like June of 2020, so it's a real shocker that I haven't picked this up yet, but I do want to. It's on my radar. And then we have Greek Myths by Charlotte Higgins. This is one of my the favorite physical books that I own just because it's really beautiful. It's also the most expensive book that I own. But this is a collection of feminist mythological retellings from obviously Greek mythology. Not much more to say about it than that. It has some lovely little illustrations in it. Let me see if I can find one at random. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's just a very stunning book. I've read the introduction and I do really like the writing style. It's quite informative so far, which is good, but it's not necessarily the most sort of easy breezy writing style, but that's okay. I still think I'm going to enjoy it. Then we have, I don't know if we're calling this a short story collection or a bind up of two novellas, but I have Gentlemen Prefer Blondes and But Gentlemen Marry Brunettes by Anita Loos, and I've heard wonderful things about this book. I've also seen the film adaptation starring Marilyn Monroe, which was one of my favorites as a teen. I haven't seen it in quite a while. Maybe I need to rewatch it. And it's just a really funny romp. I'm definitely looking forward to diving into this. It gives me jazz age vibes without being pretentious Gatsby-esque nonsense. So I'm really looking forward to finally getting to it. Then we have another bind up. Again, I'm not sure if we can count this as a short story collection, but we have This Monster, Penny Dreadfuls. And this contains some full-length novels, some novellas, and some short stories. And they're all sort of dark, sensationalist tales from Victorian England. So we have things like Frankenstein in here, we have Sweeney Todd, and then we have The Pit and the Pendulum. We have all kinds of short stories too. Most of them by pretty prominent authors. Some of them are anonymous, so who knows who wrote them. but this is something that I am looking forward to dipping into. I don't think I'll ever sit down and read it cover to cover, but I do think I will chip away at it slowly. And then last but not least, we have St. Lucy's Home for Girls Raised by Wolves by Karen Russell. This one I have not had for too long. So I haven't necessarily been avoiding it for ages, but it is one that I want to get to. I remember seeing this recommended by Alexandra Rosalind sometime last year, and it just stuck in my mind, so that's when I decided to pick it up for myself. Again, I don't know what the theme is that unifies this short story collection. I know it's described as being very like weird and whimsical and imaginative, which I love, so we'll see what it's like when I finally dive in. But there you have it, all of the unread short story collections on my physical TBR. Hit me up in the comments if you've read any of these and you have a suggestion as to where I should start, because honestly, I'm coming up empty. And if you have any other short story collections that you've absolutely loved recently, leave me your recommendations too, and I'll go add a few to my wish list. That's all from me today, so I'm going to love you, leave you, let you go on with the rest of your day, and I will see you in my next upload.